So in this video, I am going to share about internal pleasure, lack of it, and how you can awaken your body to feel more internally over time. You can learn from my mistakes, so to speak. So most of my life, I did not have access to internal pleasure. I could have a clitoris orgasm or clitoral orgasm, but I didn't. I was more or less numb inside. I did have some sensation inside, but what I've learnt over the years is that I've overridden my body's truth, my ability to slow down, to feel, and to notice what I needed in any given moment. And I learnt to go along with what was happening on the outside and someone else's experience rather than what I needed and wanted. I remember being with a partner, this was probably about 12 years ago, and I was feeling some pleasure. I was sitting on top of him. I was feeling some pleasure, but he didn't like it because he was losing his erection. So then I had to move more so that he didn't lose his erection. And that was a pattern that I had, was I let the man be in control. I let him do what I thought he wanted to do, rather than being slow and present and listening to my own genitals and what she wanted. And then I would blame or shame myself for thinking there was something wrong with me. So for years, I thought there's something wrong with me. I thought that women should be able to have internal, external, full body orgasms. And before the internet, there was nowhere I could search for this. And when the internet then arrived, I was like, yes, get in. So I Googled and I looked a lot. I've always been curious about this. This is probably why I ended up doing what I do. I Googled, and the answers I got was that some women can have clitoris orgasms, some internal, some women have no orgasms. So actually, you're lucky. If you can have an external orgasm, you're luckier than some women that can't have any orgasms. And instead of looking at it from a place of curiosity and interest, which I've since learned to do, what it did is it shut me down even more. It made me believe it made me really believe there was something wrong with me. Because I believe to be the perfect woman, which we women tend to compare ourselves with a perfect woman. If I was a perfect woman, which I should be, I would be having full body, clitoral, internal, all orgasms everywhere, all the time, more or less. I've now realized that that's not the truth. But part of me really felt like I was broken. I felt like there was something wrong with me because I couldn't have an internal orgasm. And I really envied women that could. But I also felt ashamed that I envied them. So I envied them more sort of in the silent. I didn't really name it. But then I got to experience the world of Tantra. And actually what Tantra, or the tantric journey that I had, taught me that it actually taught me how to override myself. And it taught me that I was overriding myself. I remember going out to London to become a tantric practitioner, which was actually where I met Kate. And I'm so glad that I've had the experience and met her. But my teacher told me that I was broken. He told me that because I wasn't feeling pleasure, that it was because of trauma and that there was something wrong with me. And that traumatized me even more. So I filled in consent forms that he could penetrate me with any body part, believing that would help me, that would heal me. But as you can imagine, and what I've now learned is that actually did the opposite. It just shut me down more and more and more. I ended up actually being raped by a fellow tantric practitioner, which then brought me to the work of consent. Sometimes we need these real wake-up calls, right, to realize, to come back on track. And what I realized was that I was not in touch with my body's truth. I was putting the same force there that I was letting teachers do, I was letting other people do. It was this force of there's something wrong with me, there's something that needs fixing. And so when I was de-armoring myself or someone else was giving me a yoni massage, it was coming from this you're broken and need fixing. And that energy is the energy that put it there in the first place, is that push energy. And that does not work. The only way that we can truly open to the pleasure that is our birthright, that is here, is by being with it, being present with it, being gentle with it, being loving with it. And that is a lifelong journey. I still have places of numbness. I still have places of pain inside. And I have much more pleasure inside than I have had previously. It's a forever unfolding journey. So Kate and I created these tools to help women connect to themselves, to help you slow down, to help you feel. So, for example, our G-spot wand, which you can see here, it has a handle on it. And having a handle gives you the opportunity to access all points inside, right? Whereas if you're doing it with a finger or someone else is doing it's a different experience. But when you're doing it with your finger, which we absolutely invite you to explore as well, it's good to do both. It's really good to meet yourself with your finger and breathe gently with anything that's here, maybe slowly massage it, meet it with love, care, and tenderness and breath so that it can relax and trust. This is a journey of your body trusting you. And when your body trusts you to speak your truth, then it will trust you when you're with someone else that you will speak your truth. You will ask for what you want. You will honor your yeses. You will honor your nos. Then the body softens and opens. But it's also a never unfolding journey, as I mentioned before. There's so many layers to it. So what may become very pleasurable can suddenly become painful again. You know, we're forever contracting and expanding. So it's really important to continuously connect to yourself. As I said, using fingers, it's a different experience, but also using the wand. The wand can help you really access specific areas. This one was created for the G-spot because of where the angle of where it is. It works really well. But for most people, you can also work on your cervix area and you can work anywhere internally. So this is a beautiful tool to help you soften into, to help you awaken the pleasure that is within you. But remember, it comes from trust. No force, no pressure. Trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your holding. Trust in your love. Because it can be so difficult to meet these places of tension, these places of numbness. It can also be extremely painful to meet places of pain. But remember, it's part of the journey. It's part of you connecting with yourself. If you're feeling that pain, you're meant to feel it. I did a practice today. This was without a wand, where I was literally connecting to my yoni. It was guided by Kate, actually. And I was breathing and I was feeling what was there. And there was this fear in my belly. So there was still this part of me that's scared. There's still this part of me that's scared that I'm going to override myself again, because that's the conditioning. And then I could hold myself and it's like, it's okay. It's okay. I've got you. I will hold you. And I will do my best to not override you. But I may. I'm human. I may go along with, again, it's the conditioning. But I promise you, I will always come back to you. I will always listen to you. And I will always stay present with you. And I felt my body go, that part relaxed. So it's really a beautiful journey. And yeah, thank you for listening.